在鸦片战争的时候，当时的关键字是加农炮。在那之前，英国的国王派出了他的特使马格尔尼见了乾隆皇帝，送给他的其中之一就是加农炮。可是愚蠢的清朝皇帝以为这个加农炮呢只是贡品，后来把它跟很多南洋送上的贡品一起都摆在了圆明园。等到火烧圆明园的时候，才发现说这个皇帝完全不了解英国送给他非常多的礼品，他只有对音乐中这些东西有兴趣。他不了解送给他礼品以后，有一部分是警告了一位，告诉他说这个世界的战争形态改变了，我们拥有加农炮。如果你不肯开放港埠的话，未来英国会用加农炮对付你。在鸦片战争，清朝尝到了败绩。到了24世纪大战，很关键的是航空母舰，然后之后大家就知道了，就是原子弹。现在 Oppenheimer 这个电影呢非常的红。最近呢，最新的整个战争形态的最核心的武器概念叫做无人机，它可以拿来斩首，可以拿来低空掠过侦察很多敌方的状态。某个程度，如果你把它变成神风特工队，在日军后来整个2次大战之后，神风特工队它不需要人，也不需要壮烈的人，它就直接这台飞机本身带着炮的就变成了神风特工队。它是一个很低的成本，某个程度它造成的伤害呢也不见得低，但你当然要赢得战争，最后还是要靠其他的更先进的尖锐的武器。但某个程度无人机的出现，而且全面的用在国防，加上了人工智慧，它可以斩首，可以侦察，可以变成神风特工队，在这次乌克兰战争里头明显的变成最核心的武器。目前普丁很看清楚这一点，他要求他们全面的复制伊朗在无人机里头的先进。整个俄罗斯目前加强的武器呢，大多数都是无人机。我们来看一下乌克兰战争怎么样改变了无人机在战争历史里头所占有的地位。
August has been particularly fraught, with a spike in small-scale drone strikes on Russian cities, including the capital.
Well, air raid sirens rang out and explosions were seen over the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv as Russia launched attack drones across the country overnight. In the southwestern city of Izmail, Russian drones damaged port and grain storage facilities. According to Ukraine's Air Force, 23 drones were intercepted.
越来越频繁在乌俄战场上出现的无人机和无人艇，低成本高成效，改变了战争的形态。哪一方能生产更多无人机，就更有机会取得胜利。
Russian tanks that cost over $1 million are being taken out by cheap consumer-style drones, like this one that cost a few $100s. Since the Ukrainian counteroffensive began, military analysts say there's been a dramatic increase in Ukraine's use of FPV, or first-person view, drones, with most Ukrainian battalions using these drones to execute kamikaze-style attacks on Russian tanks, troop positions, and other large-scale weapons. The aim is twofold: to make the military less dependent on weapons from Western countries, and to operate cheaply.
The performance of these FPV drones differs from others. There are big drones that can fly hundreds of miles, some that hover over the battlefield taking pictures, and others that carry weapons to drop on targets. But the FPVs are designed to crash straight into a target, steered by a pilot wired into a virtual reality headset.
How has modern drone technology made this war different from previous ones?
Well, a lot of these drones actually provide very important intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance capabilities, but they also provide a long-range strike capability for either side that is at a fraction of a cost of using more expensive missiles. The fact that a lot of these drones are flying in large numbers is also indicative of the desire by both sides, militaries as well as the defense industries, to manufacture as many of these drones as possible. Once again, these drones are actually much cheaper and much easier to use than using expensive long-range missiles.
乌克兰拥有庞大专业的航太和工程人才，其国营飞机制造公司安托诺夫波音公司是全球最大型飞机的制造商，另一家航太公司西奇动力是全球顶尖喷射引擎制造商，都有助加速发展无人机。生产方也借由乌军实战不断改良无人机，提高攻击准确度。乌军还展现使用无人艇成功破坏克里米亚大桥和俄罗斯战舰的能力。
About 100 Ukrainian companies manufacture FPVs, 40 of which receive government contracts. Most of the parts these companies use come from China and are becoming difficult to source.
Clear, a lot of the drones that Ukraine is building are actually homegrown. So this is a domestic capability. A lot of the components for Ukrainian drones also come from the international market. For example, Ukraine also has access to some Chinese-made components and microelectronics that it can use in manufacturing these drones. It also has a domestic high-tech industry, which is also assisting Ukrainian military in building these drones.
乌克兰加倍投资生产无人机，2022年投入1.08亿美元，2023年增加到10亿美元。特别是投入在国产长城无人机上，军事分析师认为，基辅加大生产长城无人机是想复制莫斯科对乌克兰全境发动的大规模无人机攻击，让俄罗斯民众明白。俄罗斯本土也没有安全的地方。
Use them for these strategic type of strikes. So sometimes on ammunition depots, on logistical sites of high value, high military value to disrupt the enemy, and also on deep into enemy territory to rattle the civilians' conscience. But at the same time, they're using small tactical drones on the battlefield much more densely because they're more affordable, they're more user-friendly.
The success of a certain operation may depend on the work and efficiency of the UAV unit. This work carries much responsibility.
It saves lives. Either you go ahead blind and walk into a trap, or you get guidance from the sky.
Then there are the attack drones. Cheap, nimble, and packed with explosives. They're capable of landing a deadly blow on unsuspecting combatants.
俄罗斯同样提升无人机攻击火力。总统普丁8月7号下令俄罗斯国家技术集团增加生产攻击无人机，特别点名生产具有强效破坏力的立方体和柳叶刀无人机。立方体无人机可配备3公斤弹头，最高飞行时间为30分钟，时速130公里。柳叶刀无人机则可破坏半径40公里内的目标。
This is the cheap drone Russia appears to be using to attack the valuable new equipment Ukraine has amassed for its counteroffensive. Ukrainian forces say Moscow is ramping up its use of the Lancet drone and doing considerable damage.
Lancet 3 has a very important role. It is a system that can strike in depth at the Ukrainian assets, and Lancets are going after high-priced targets such as artillery systems, rocket systems, as well as single systems like tanks and others. We're starting to see more Lancet 3 used by the Russian military.
乌俄两军重用无人机发动攻击，有效破坏敌方的水电设备、粮食出口港、储油槽和弹药库等关键设施，持续制造恐惧，笼罩敌营。随着双方加大生产无人机，深入敌方本土的攻击也会越来越频繁。俄乌战争展现了战争的新形态，无人机扮演举足轻重的角色。未来如果再加大无人机的攻击火力，将会形塑21世纪以来的军事面貌。